Hi, welcome you all to the Crypto Singh Show, and my name is Gunpreet Singh, and we talk about Bitcoin, metaverse, cryptocurrencies, everything on this show every single day. What's happening with the Bitcoin pricing? Are we going up? Are we going down? Everything in this show. So before we get into the show, please do like, share, and subscribe. What's happening with Bitcoin? We're trading around 19,000, 18,500, 700 till 19,000. Well, it's the weekend, so really don't trust the weekend trades. I've always been saying that. I don't think there's a lot of volume right now to even see what's happening. But something that we need to be careful, which is extremely important, and it's a warning sign for everyone, is the XRP news effect. Now, XRP news effect, once it goes out, and in case it's negative, you will have a waterfall, a kind of a fall in crypto. Now, why do I say that? Is because it's a bear market. Now, in a bear market, any negative news would impact hugely. So if it would have been a bull market, this news would have not impacted us. But in bear market, every negative news impacts, and this news is not just XRP, it's about the regulations that they want to get in. And I think there would be a huge panic button that would be there by the retail. So eventually I think there would be a waterfall, kind of a fall if the news is negative. And in case the news is positive, Bitcoin is trading around 19,000. I think it might just go up to 20,000 again, and that's about it. It's not going to go to 23, 25,000, which I think is almost next to impossible for now. And I see a lot of weakness in the Bitcoin for now. And there is a bit of accumulation happening around 18,500 to 19,000. So somewhere it's holding this line, but I think after 18,500, I think we will really be going down. And I didn't expect that 18,500 would be held like this, but it's been holding on to it more than 19,500. Actually 18,500 I think has become the support kind of a thing, which it has been holding, and it's been bouncing off that. But again, 18,000, 19,500, we could not hold the support, and we got back down, and now that is acting as a resistance, and 18,500 is acting as a strong support kind of a thing. So Bitcoin is bouncing from 18,500 to 19,500. That's the price range it's working at, and eventually this will break down, and this might just break down. And if it breaks down, then we're looking at 14,000, and if it breaks up around 21 to 20,000, and again then we think that, I'm still standing by my words that I still see a price effect coming towards the downside, towards the 14,000 in near future, and that would be, the time is coming closer. I think I've predicted in my videos about 3-4 months back that 14,000 would be in October, but it seems that might just get true, and maybe around 2nd, 3rd, 4th October kind of a date that we might see this downfall coming in. So, but we'll still see how Bitcoin trades on Monday, and the weekdays are better to really judge where the Bitcoin pricing is going. And there's a relatively weaker or a bearish sentiment that I'm seeing in Bitcoin, but saying that accumulation has been happening around 18,500. The buys have been coming around that price. So, I mean, the Bitcoin price could go anywhere. So be on a watch out for the XRP news, be on a watch out for, negative news. If it comes, then you will have a bit of downfall, irrespective of where the Bitcoin prices are, because it's a bear market, and bear market, these things we do expect a lot in general. So this is what is happening with the Bitcoin pricing and the regulation saying that XRP. Now, talking about regulations, XRP is somewhere, even if it comes negative, they will not be able to ban crypto. That is for sure, because it's almost inevitable for any country now to ban crypto. They might ban it for a few days, and then there's going to be protest against it, and then they're going to again open it. So eventually we're looking at regulations coming in extremely soon. Now these regulations might just come in starting of the next bull market, or probably 6 months to a year, I think. And I would be extremely surprised if the regulations don't come in after the next bull market also. So I think the regulations are somewhere pretty much there and they are coming in. Now also a lot of these theories have been going on in the market where everyone has been saying that the Bitcoin has bottomed out or has not bottomed out. Now I want to explain you something which you have to really understand what's happening around the world for us to understand that has Bitcoin actually bottomed out, or what's happening, or why are these predictions that I am making. Well, let me explain you this, that Bitcoin eventually, so in all the previous cycles of Bitcoin, we've always seen money being printed. And last cycle we saw money being printed like never before. Now what is happening over here is that the Fed is actually not printing money, which is actually negative, and that is why you see the bearishness in the gold, you see the bearishness in the asset class. Now once you start printing the money, it basically helps the all the asset class to really grow, because people say that these are hedge funds against inflation and all that, which I don't believe as of now, because I don't think, gold has acted as a hedge fund, because the inflation is gone probably 10 times or 15 times than what it was, and gold has gone up about 10% or 15%, and it's not even, so I don't know if these things are really hedge against inflation, which a lot of people believe in, but I don't believe in personally, because I don't see anything of this sort being a hedge against inflation. Now, Bitcoin, in the previous history of Bitcoin, gold, and all these things, Fed has never increased rates as they've done now. And check any history, check any year, Fed has not increased the rates, on continuous basis like they've done this time around. So I won't say that this is exactly the same cycle or the past cycle. Looking at the past cycles, I don't think we can do a prediction, because I did look into it, and at 18,500 or 19,000, I wanted to look into the previous history of Bitcoin cycle chart, and I did look into it, but then I realized one thing, that has all the other things been the same? So if they're not the same, the history is not really the same. So this time, this might just be slightly different, and that is exactly why we didn't touch 1 lakh. And if you actually see the previous history, according to previous charts, Bitcoin should have gone much higher than 70,000, but it reversed from 69,000 and came back to 17,500, which I think is making sense now, because this is one cycle which, and saying that, why does it make sense? As retailers, as end consumers, we don't even know what's happening, but there are people in the industry who know what the next step would be, or they know the insight of what some decisions are going to come. So all of these things are also manipulated in a bigger way, be it gold, be it any kind of asset, Bitcoin, everything, cryptocurrencies. Manipulations will be there in stock markets, will be there everywhere. So they pretty much know what's happening, and they plan way in advance. So I think that's one of the core reasons why Bitcoin didn't actually do 1 lakh, or Bitcoin didn't do actually more than 70,000, and it reversed from there. If we compare it to the previous history, we should have gone higher than 70,000, and all the YouTubers were probably shouting at that point of time that we are going to go 1 lakh. And again, at that point of time, I was shouting we won't go beyond that. In fact, at 60,000, 65,000, I said that this is the end of the bull market, and I did predict that, and eventually that's what happened. It did go up till 69, and then it reversed. But so this is what I think, that never in any of the Bitcoin cycle or the asset class have we seen where the inflation, the Fed has increased the base rate to as extensively or as aggressively they've done this time around. So this is something different to really see, and I don't think anyone can predict what's going to happen, because all of these things would get the economy to slow down. Now, slow down would definitely mean people won't have money to buy gold and Bitcoin. If, as a layman, let's understand what the slowing the economy would mean. Would you be buying something or would you be selling something? I think selling something, right? If you don't have money, you don't have a job, you don't have anything, what will you do is sell gold, sell Bitcoin and get money out of it, right? So eventually what happens is that it becomes more of a selling point than a buying point. Now, if Fed is printing money and putting it into your account, what do? Well, you have money in your account, you'll go buy something. So that increases the buying. This decreases the buying and increases the selling. So eventually you have to understand that the economy is going into a recession, and when it's in a recession, because of the money buying has become expensive, and if the money buying is at 6-7% and gold is not going to increase by 6-7%, why would someone invest in gold? So investors are out of it. Retail are going to be losing their job, and they have a recession. They will probably save their money, so they will be selling gold in case they have a worst case scenario. So eventually in all of these things, gold or Bitcoin or everything would actually come under the selling pressure. And this is what I think of the economy. This is my personal opinion. I am not a financial advisor, but this is what I think as an economy that this would happen. And this is something for us to see. And this is what I think that inflation would do. So with the increasing Fed prices, inflation will not come down in terms of food and all. So eventually, I personally think that we do need to see another bottom in Bitcoin, and that might be lower because of all these circumstances. And this is why I've been saying that we might see around 14,000 or 13,000 Bitcoin this time around, because this cycle is different. When the top was different, how can bottom be the same then? I think the bottom will also be different. And all of these YouTubers or people have been comparing to the previous history. I really want them to compare the top of the previous history and the top of this history. Why is that different, right? So I think the bottom will be also different this time around. This is my prediction, and this is what I think of the economy, and this is what I think going ahead would be the situation. So that's all for now, and this is what I think, that the bottom has not been made. And this is my prediction for the Bitcoin pricing and the Bitcoin update. And Ethereum, all the other cryptos will again come down accordingly. If Bitcoin comes down, the big daddy comes down, everything will come down irrespective of what they are doing in terms of technology or utility. So Bitcoin is still the elephant in the market. Don't underestimate the power of this elephant. And this is, again, if Bitcoin comes down, keep buying it. Because eventually when Bitcoin goes to a certain price, or there'll always be a chance for you to get back into the alts, and there'll not be a chance for you to get back into Bitcoin. So something for you all to consider and understand. So that's all for now. Signing off, Gunpreet Singh from the Crypto Singh Show. Thank you so much. Do like, share and subscribe.